In the quiet skies above conflict zones, something invisible is changing. Warfare is no longer dominated by roaring tanks or fighter jets slicing through clouds. It's becoming a silent storm of algorithms, sensors, and swarming drones. This is not science fiction. This is military reality rapidly unfolding. Picture this, a battlefield with no soldiers. Just hundreds, maybe thousands of autonomous drones communicating in real time, making decisions, flanking enemies, jamming signals, and even targeting assets, all without human command. This is the world of AI-powered drone swarms, and it's coming faster than most people realize. So how did we get here? What makes drone swarms such a revolutionary shift in military strategy? And more importantly, what does this mean for the future of war, ethics, and global power? Let's unpack it. To understand the evolution of drone swarms, we first need to talk about how warfare has changed over the last century. In the industrial age, power was measured in steel, tanks, warships, bombers. Big, heavy, expensive machines, operated by trained personnel and guided by rigid command structures. But then came the digital age. Suddenly, intelligence and information became just as critical as firepower. Precision-guided missiles, real-time satellite imagery, stealth tech. War became a game of speed, precision, and asymmetry. And now, with artificial intelligence, we've entered a third phase: autonomy. AI is reshaping every domain of modern conflict. But nowhere is it more visibly transformative than in drone warfare. And swarming? That's the killer app. Traditional drones are impressive but limited. They require human pilots, are susceptible to jamming, and typically operate one at a time. But swarm drones operate differently. They're modeled on nature. Think flocks of birds or schools of fish. Individual units coordinating in decentralized ways to create emergent, collective behavior. Each drone becomes a node in a distributed intelligence network. They share data. They adapt. If one is lost, the swarm compensates. If a threat emerges, the swarm reacts. It's fluid, unpredictable, and near impossible to counter using traditional defense systems. One of the key enablers of this capability is real-time edge computing. Drones in a swarm aren't just flying, they're thinking. Equipped with onboard AI, they analyze terrain, identify targets, assess risk, and update their objectives continuously. No need for remote guidance. No satellite uplink required. They are, in essence, autonomous combatants. So what can they do? The potential missions are staggering. Coordinated surveillance over a city, search and rescue in disaster zones, overwhelming enemy air defenses, jamming communications, delivering precision strikes, or simply saturating an area to confuse and paralyze. In 2020, a U.S. military test showed 103 Perdix drones dropped from fighter jets coordinating autonomously in flight. In 2021, Israel used AI-assisted drone swarms operationally in Gaza, marking a chilling first in real-world warfare. And China? It's rapidly developing swarms capable of launching from truck-mounted containers or even submarines. But this isn't just about military strength. It's about philosophy. Swarm drones challenge our assumptions about what war even is. In traditional conflict, decisions are made up a chain of command. There's deliberation. There are rules of engagement. With autonomous drones, that control is diffused. Decisions can happen in milliseconds, made by code rather than conscience. And that raises serious ethical concerns. Who's responsible when a drone misidentifies a target? What happens if swarms are hijacked or malfunction? Could rogue states or even non-state actors deploy them? Imagine a future where anyone with access to cheap AI chips and off-the-shelf drones could wage war from a garage. We're on the brink of a democratization of destruction. This is why international policy has been slow to catch up. The UN has debated bans on lethal autonomous weapons for years, but progress is glacial. Meanwhile, research and deployment continue at full speed. There's also the psychological dimension. Unlike traditional combat, swarm warfare is faceless. It distances us from the human cost of conflict. It makes warfare seem like a video game, remote, automated, and clean. But war is never clean. Even with perfect AI, civilians are at risk. Infrastructure can be decimated. The long-term effects of swarm-enabled warfare are impossible to predict. Yet, there's a flip side. Swarms aren't only tools of destruction. They can be tools of precision. In theory, drone swarms could make war less destructive, targeting only combatants, reducing collateral damage, and even de-escalating threats by acting preemptively. The very autonomy we fear might someday prevent unnecessary loss of life. This duality is what makes swarm technology so complex. It's neither inherently good nor evil. It's a mirror. It reflects the values and intentions of those who wield it. So where do we go from here? One possibility is deterrence through supremacy. Just as nuclear weapons created mutually assured destruction, swarms might do the same. No state wants to be the first to unleash autonomous slaughter bots, knowing retaliation would be swift and merciless. Another path is control. Creating enforceable international treaties around AI weaponry, though difficult, might limit their use. Open-source transparency and civilian oversight of military AI programs could introduce accountability. And there's also hope in countermeasures. AI can be used to defend against swarms just as easily as to command them. Directed energy weapons, electromagnetic pulse tools, and anti-drone systems are already being developed. The arms race is underway on both sides. In the end, AI drone swarms represent a turning point, not just in military strategy, but in how humanity engages with technology, ethics, and power. We are entering a world where war no longer needs warriors, where decisions once made by generals could be made by neural networks, and where the sky may no longer be empty, but filled with quiet, humming intelligence. What we choose to do with this power will define not just the future of warfare, but the future of civilization itself.